Going to learn about the different types of cakes along with the different styles of cake making. That is, we can call it as methods of cake making. Similar to your methods of bread making, for cakes also we have different methods. So before that, we will see what are the different types of cakes. Number one. This is shortened cakes. What do you mean by shortening or shortened? Here, shortening refers to the fats. Fats. It could be oil or any other fat, right? Mostly for shortened cakes, fat content is added in the form of either butter or margarine, preferably cake margarine. Then other fats such as oils, even dalda is used. So any cake which has fat content in it, that is called as shortened cake. Then second one is unshortened.
Sir, shortened how it is related to that shortened bread mean fat?
Shortening. All fats and oils are called shortenings. Why? Because fat and oil has a tendency to break the gluten structure in the dough. Once the fat is added into more quantity, right, more than 20 or 30%, more than fats and oils has a tendency or property of breaking the gluten structure and giving a shortened effect to the dough. Why? Because all the cookies are crumbly, crunchy, crispy, brittle, breaking. Because it breaks the gluten structure to get that texture. Whereas breads, it will have an elastic structure because of the presence of developed gluten. That is the flour protein. So here, shortening is mostly used to cakes. It gives volume to the product. It increases the... No. It will break the gluten. That is why it is called a shorten. So unshortened cakes, these are the cakes we make without any shortening. That is, without any fat content, we can... This is type of cakes, not methods. Methods I will come later. First of all, we are going to learn the different types of cakes. The first one is with the fat content. It could be in the form of cake margarine, butter or any other fat content including oil. Unshortened cake, the cake will not have any kind of fats in it except eggs. Examples, best examples are, I can say, angel food cake. What do you mean by angel food cake? Angel food cake is whitish, fluffy and spongy. Look like a cotton. This, even egg yolk is not used in this cake. Egg white is separated, yolk is separated. Yolk is not used. The egg white is beaten to a foamy, hard peak stage. Then the sugar is gradually added into it. Continue to beat it to form a hot peak stage. Then essence, flour is folded into the batter, and thus it is made into a super spongy cake, white in color. That is why we call it as angel food cake. The other one is sponge cake. The difference between sponge cake and angel food cake is, in sponge cake also, fat content is not at all added. The whole eggs are added. The whole eggs are beaten to a pale yellowish color, form to a foamy hot peak stage, then color essence is added, then finally flour is folded in. Right? This is one method.
Sir, this
So shortened cake, unshortened cakes.
ಇದರ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಗಳು ಏನಿದೆ?
This is called as chiffon cake. This is a hybrid of shortened and unshortened cakes. Right? The whole eggs are added, beaten to a fluffy mixture. Usually they separate the yolk and white. They beat the yolk with the oil in it. Here oil is a fat. So some quantity of oil is added into it. Then the egg white, both are mixed to a frothy batter. Finally the flour is formed. That is why we call it the chiffon cake. Right? Like we have a cake called fatless sponge cake. Fatless sponge cake, especially when we make decorated cakes and to make Swiss rolls. This fatless sponge cake is used. Here we do not add any chemical leavening agents. We add manually when we make it. We separate the yolk and white. We beat the egg white into a frothy mixture. Then fold in the egg yolk, then essence, color, then finally fold in the flour. Then we bake it to make Swiss rolls and normal decorated cakes. And one more sponge cake is there called as Genoise sponge cake. Genoise sponge cake. Number 1 is sugar batter method. Sugar batter method. This is a method. First, in a planetary mixer, you fix the creamer hook. There are 3 types of attachments in the planetary mixer. One is your regular kneading hook, which will be like a U-shaped rod, and you have a creamer like a heart shaped with the 2-3 attachments. So you fix that creamer and you cream the margarine or any butter. Once you continuously cream it, the margarine or any fat get agitated and it will become little light. It incorporates, absorbs some air in it. Then sugar batter method, the ingredients used are, first is the fat, which is creamed to a light consistency. Then gradually add the sugar. Sugar here, the preferred sugar is powdered sugar. Some people even use icing sugar. The difference between powdered sugar and icing sugar, I will tell you when I take a class on sugar. So here, caster sugar also can be used. Gradually you add caster or granulated sugar and continue to whip it. It takes some more time to dissolve the sugar into the fat. But powdered sugar easily it gets dissolved. But however, when you use this granulated or caster sugar, you are able to get more aeration due to the coarsely particles of sugar, and it takes a little more time to dissolve the sugar into the fat. Once it will become light into pale, bright color. At this stage, essence and liquids. Liquid means your eggs, beaten eggs, milk, moisture or any essence or purees. At this stage, it is gradually added. Whenever you add this moisture or sugar, it has to be added gradually so you can prevent the curdling. Otherwise, the cake batter, the emulsified mass, it may curdle. Once curdling takes place, it will escape all the air content and it will affect the volume of the product and softness of the product. So here gradually you have to add and incorporate, emulsify a better cake batter. Then finally the flour is gently folded. After adding flour, you should not continuously or with high speed. It is gently folded into the cake batter. This method is called sugar batter method. Okay. No. Flour batter method. This is flour batter method. Flour refers to the maida, the cake flour. In flour batter method, equal quantities of fat, that is the cake margarine or butter, and flour, both are combined, mixed thoroughly together. Similarly, liquids. The major liquid here is eggs. Egg has more than 90% of moisture. So equal quantities of eggs and sugar is beaten together to a frothy consistency and ensure that all the sugar is dissolved in the egg. Then the mixture 2, that is egg and sugar, it is mixed into the stage 1, that is the uniformly combined mixture of flour and fat. The remaining sugar is added with any moisture content which are there in the formula of cake. Then finally, the remaining flour is mixed with any leavening agent and combined together to form a wholesome cake batter. This method is called flour batter method. The third method is blending method. Here, all the dry ingredients like flour, baking powder, what else, any fruits or anything, all dry ingredients are mixed together. All the dry ingredients such as fat, flour, sugar, baking powder is mixed together. Some sugar is mixed with the liquid ingredients. Okay. Then finally the beaten egg is added. This is called as blending method. Once again I repeat. There are 2 stages in blending method. Fat, flour, baking powder and salt. Fat, flour, baking powder and salt is blent, mixed together. In the stage 2, sugar, milk and liquids except egg. Except egg is beaten together. Both are mixed. Stage 1 and 2 ingredients are combined. Finally, the beaten eggs are added into the batter. This is called as blending method. Sugar and 50% of the water moisture content is dissolved together. Then remaining ingredients are added except egg. Remaining ingredients in the sense, the ingredients what all required for the cake. First, 50% of the water is mixed with the sugar to dissolve. Water means it includes eggs or any other moisture which it has. If more water is there, 50% of the water should be used to dissolve the eggs, because sugar dissolves in water more than eggs or any other materials, milk or any other. So 50% of the moisture is used to dissolve the sugar. Then remaining all the ingredients are used except egg. Finally, egg is beaten into a frothy stage and added to the batter to make a cake batter. This is sugar water method. This method is called as all-in process method. We mix all the ingredients together. Say for example, whenever we make brownie, mostly all ingredients are mixed together, right? Similarly, whenever we use pre-mixes for cakes, chocolate cakes or fudge cakes, lot of pre-mixes are available in the market nowadays. Modern trend is mostly housewives, they buy the pre-mix cake, whatever cake they want, they just mix it with the milk or moisture and they bake it as per the instruction given in the packet or label, right? So all-in process is mixing all the ingredients but except oil. You mix all the ingredients with the moisture, sugar, whatever you require, essence or flavor. Finally, gently fold in the oil or melted fat if it is in the recipe. Is called all-in process. It's a cake. It's a commercial method of making fatless sponge cake. Commercially, when they sell cakes, they weigh it as per based on the kilogram weight. It is sold. So in the commercial method, same fatless sponge is made. At the end, they fold in with a little bit of oil. That is for 100 grams flour recipe. Approximately 50 ml of melted butter is or oil is used to increase the volume of the cake. Right? This is general sponge. Similarly, you got one more cake called Devil's Us. We know that there is a angel's food cake, so the name is Devil's Food Cake now. As it was white in color, they have used a lot of cocoa powder and chocolate to make the color into blackish. It is also similar to Angel's Food Cake. And here sometimes egg yolk is also added and layers of chocolate sponge layered together, and they made Devil's Food Cake. That's it. This is a beautiful method. Here, when we make it manually, we separate the yolk and white in a clean bowl. The white is thoroughly beaten. Once the protein is broken and it forms into small bubbles, gradually we add, especially castor sugar. It's a very fine particles of coarse sugar, and we continuously beat it to form a meringue. In that, we gradually add all the sugar and mix it. Then we mix the egg yolk. Then color essence and all other ingredients is added. Then finally we fold in with the flour. If any quantity fat is there, which is melted and added. This method is called foaming method. Especially when we make fatless sponge cake and the Jinnah sponge cake, we follow this method called foaming method. Pound cake is a cake, the cake which was made very first, originated as pound cake. People call it as pound cake because 1 pound is approximately 450.55 grams. 1 pound is equal. So when they made cakes initially, traditionally, they have used all the cake making ingredients in equal quantities. That is 1 pound flour, 1 pound fat, margarine or butter, 1 pound powdered sugar, 1 pound fruits for the plum cake, mixed fruits. So, as all the ingredients are used in pound cake in equal quantities, they call it as pound cake. There were no chemical leavening agents like baking powder or baking soda or anything is used traditionally when they made pound cake. This is also one type of cake, I missed to tell you.